stress hits the workplace, right? How it impacts the workplace is 62% of workers say that their job is their main source of stress. So there's something inherent with their workplace, which is where they spend a good percentage of their time, where they're reporting high levels of stress within the workplace. And Rich, I'm just wondering if you could speak to the how that contributes to you as a town supervisor and the workers that work for the town of Babylon, how
Sure.
you've seen stress impact the ability to serve the constituents in the town of Babylon.
You know, that's, and again, that's, we had Superstorm Sandy, where all of our staff had to literally remake their roles and be able to get 10,000 homes back online, families that were associated with those homes. That brought a lot of stress on, winter storms, COVID, most recently, and even just the daily average, you know, dealing with, sometimes you deal with some very unreasonable people, but you can't express that to them. You've got to help de-escalate and put them in a better headspace themselves so that you can serve them properly. As an elected official, I would be one of those 62% saying that stress exists pretty much all the time, because, and you mentioned social media. I was town supervisor in the 90s when we didn't have social media, and we waited for letters to show up or the phone to ring, not even a cell phone, not even a smartphone, in order to accept complaints or concerns or questions. Now we're literally 24/7, because people are sending you messages through Instagram and Facebook and text messages and emails. And how come you didn't respond to the email I sent? Well, you sent it about 45 minutes ago, and I happened to be doing something else at the time. And so all of that compounds itself, which, and that goes for any staff members who are in a public service role. And so I would say, if I did a survey of the town of Babylon employees, and, you know, we've got probably between part-time and full-time and seasonal, over 1,000 employees, I bet you that number would be around there, or maybe even higher, because of, especially the last 2 years, about what we've gone through and how we've had to adapt to providing services under some, you know, very dangerous conditions. So yeah, it's definitely what has driven me to what we're going to talk about a little bit later, is that we've got to do something so we don't have an epidemic on our hands, and people not being able to respond in a healthy, rational, professional fashion.
Yeah, and you know, I would say, Rich, in working with the town of Babylon, I have learned so much about the obligations and the high burden that, you know, town workers have in serving the residents, that, you know, and some things you're prepared for and other things you're not, like COVID. And
Right.
you know, it's a test of resiliency. How strong a foundation do you have so that you're prepared